Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Earth Science. So today I have come up with another video, and this video will contain some important questions from metamorphic rocks, and this is the part 1. Part 2 will be coming up soon. So let's begin with our first question today. Question number 1. What are metamorphic rocks? The answer is when the older rocks are subjected to increased temperature, pressure, and shearing stress at considerable depth, metamorphic rocks are formed. And this process itself is called the metamorphism. Here, older rocks are nothing but these all older rocks can be sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, or the metamorphic rocks itself. And when these rocks they undergo some changes in temperature, pressure, and shearing stress, but in some considerable depth, at some depth, then metamorphic rocks are formed. Metamorphic rocks are nothing but the already formed rocks on the surface like sedimentary, igneous, or metamorphic. When those rocks undergo changes in terms of their structure, in terms of mineral orientation, and or changes in the formation of new minerals, then metamorphic rocks are formed, and the process itself is the metamorphism. Question number 2. What are the agents of metamorphism? So what causes the metamorphism? What are the factors that causes metamorphism? These are heat, uniform pressure, directed pressure, stress, and chemically active fluids or gases. So metamorphism may happen due to the introduction of heat, which will be increased heat, then uniform pressure. When the uniform pressure is more, then directed pressure, stress, and chemically active fluids or gases. Question number 3. What are the processes of metamorphism? So what are the processes of metamorphism are there? These are granulation, plastic deformation, recrystallization, metasomatism. So there are many other processes, but these are the some of the well-known processes that we study in metamorphism. Granulation, plastic deformation, recrystallization, metasomatism. Let's go move on to the question number 4. What is metasomatism? It is a process in which the original composition of rocks are changed, primarily by the addition or removal of material because of hydrothermal fluids through rocks, usually having high temperatures and pressures. So as I have already told you that metamorphism is nothing but the changes in the composition, structure, mineral orientation, right? And those will take place as per the agents which are working at the time of metamorphic process. So metasomatism is also metamorphic process, but here hydrothermal fluids or the chemically active fluids will play the vital or important role, a major role. Hydrothermal fluids will have the major role, and in metasomatism, when the hydrothermal fluids comes in contact with the surrounding rocks, this hydrothermal fluid will tend to change the original composition of the rocks adjacent to it. Okay, and why does this happen? Because the hydrothermal fluid will have high temperature, and mainly this changes takes place at high temperatures and high pressures. Okay, now question number 5. What does the structure of original minerals change during recrystallization? So how does the structure of original minerals change during recrystallization? The answer is the mineral structures are changed, that is elongated or flattened in the direction of minimum stress. So how does this recrystallization takes place, or how does the structure of the original minerals change during recrystallization? During the process of recrystallization, the minerals tends to change their structures. They will be either elongated or flattened, or they will be oriented in any other form in the direction of minimum stress. So the direction where the maximum pressure is taking place, the changes will always take place perpendicular to the maximum stress, that is in the direction of minimum stress. So, question number 6, what is cataclysmic metamorphism? The process of metamorphism where only the directed stress or lateral stress plays a dominant role. Example, during folding and faulting. So cataclysmic, by the name only you can understand what does the cataclysmic means. Something very catastrophic taking place, right? So during the process of metamorphism, when the agent which is playing the dominant role is the directed stress or lateral stress, okay, then those type of metamorphism is called cataclysmic metamorphism. And cataclysmic metamorphism mainly takes place during folding and faulting. Now let's move on to question number 7. What is dynamic metamorphism? The process of metamorphism associated with high pressure and little increase in temperatures. Example, slates. So dynamic metamorphism, here what happens? Here the metamorphic process which will take place, the majority of the role which will happen, which will make it, which will make the dynamic metamorphism happen, that agent is the high pressure but under little increase in temperature. And during high pressure what happens, there are some rocks which occurs or which forms, and one of the most commonly found dynamic metamorphism rock is slate. Question number 8. What is contact metamorphism? Metamorphism caused by local heating of rocks by the intrusion of hot igneous bodies nearby. So in metasomatism, what we understood that in metasomatism, hydrothermal fluid is playing the major role. But in contact metamorphism, here the hot igneous body, that means the magma or lava, when it comes up or when it intrudes through a rock, it will, what it will do, it will cause changes in the adjacent rocks through local heating. Okay, so in contact matter, the igneous body or the magma or lava, this igneous body is nothing but the magma or the lava. When it will come in contact with the adjacent rock, it will try to change the adjacent rocks through local heating. That is called contact metasomatism. Now question number 9. What is an aureole? The zone of contact metamorphic rocks which occurs surrounding the intrusion. So aureole is nothing but it is a zone. Okay, it is a zone which occurs during contact metamorphism surrounding the intrusion. So when the magma body or lava intrudes a rock, it will cause local heating to its adjacent rock. But when we examine the rock which has undergone these changes or contact metasomatism, what we will find that the degree of metamorphism or the changes in the rocks will tend to decrease from the contact zone with the igneous body, from the inner part of the rock body towards the outer part. So that means the contact metamorphism will be higher, or the changes in the rocks will be higher in the zone where the magma body is coming in contact with the adjacent rock directly, and it will decrease outwardly. That zone of from highly changed rocks to less changed rock, that zone of rock is called aureole. Question number 10. What are concentric zones? These are zones that differ greatly in mineral assemblages depending on the degree of alteration. So as I've told in the above question, that it is a zone where mineral assemblages will greatly change depending on the degree of alteration. So obviously the rocks coming in contact directly with the igneous body will have higher changes in mineral assemblages than those than those which is far away from the igneous body. Okay, so these were the questions for from metamorphic part 1. Part 2 will be coming as soon. Till then, keep learning and do like, share and subscribe my channel for more videos like this. Thank you.